Saturday everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life, and on my channel I do decorating on a budget, DIYs and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister lock updates and lifestyle updates, so if that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. And today's video is a part of a playlist, the Everything 2024 Top Crafts playlist. It's hosted by Katie from Lady Red Crafting and Lisa from Our Grey House. And I will have the links to the host and the playlist in my description box. If you can go ahead and click on the link to go ahead and continue to watch all of the lovely crafters videos, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I do really appreciate it. I have created a compilation video with 5 of my favorite crafts that I have created for different playlists and for collaborations. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with today's video. I hope you all enjoy. I can't wait for you all to see the my top favorite picks from all of the different playlists and collaborations that I joined for the year 2024. A lot of these items, or actually most of these items, are items that I have used or are I am using currently in my home as decor. And I hope you all enjoy and have a blessed day. Goodbye. I forgot to tell you all, but these DIYs are going to be really quick and easy. So yeah, so here I have this picture, and I believe, excuse me, not picture, but this bag. It came from Joann's. It was, I believe it was 70 or 90% off. I usually take the date off after Christmas just so that I can go and purchase like bags and wrapping paper and tissue paper, just things that I need to be able to wrap my gifts or give gifts away, because I do have a large family. And then I also have this picture here, and this picture I purchased at an estate sale for $2. And what I was told was the owner of the home really loved raccoons, so this was one of the pictures that they were selling, and I just found a couple of interesting things inside of the frame. So here I'm just showing you what was inside the frame. And yeah, it says it was copyrighted in 1977. So here I went ahead and cut my bag, and I'm going to go ahead and use I forget what it's called, but I'm going to use the little board around the, I forget what it's called. I'll put it in the on the screen. So I'm just going to tape that into place, and then I'm going to go back and I'm also going to use the tag on this picture here also. So there's the season greetings tag, and that was attached to the bag. And then I'm going to take I cut a piece of velvet ribbon, and I'm just going to tie it into like a little bow almost, or do like a little knot. I'm going to dovetail the ends, and I'm just going to tape it onto the tag, and then I'm going to go ahead and place it back into the frame. And that's going to be it for this DIY. And like I said, all of these DIYs are going to be really easy and really simple and extremely budget friendly. So yeah, let me know what you think about these DIYs. And I just love the way that this turned out. Let me know what you think. For our first DIY, I have a wood round. I believe I have a pack of these. I believe I purchased them from Amazon about 3 years ago. I'm going to paint the wood round with the black Waverly chalk paint. I have this wood round wreath, excuse me, from Dollar Tree. I also have some picks. Those came from Michael's. And then I have a picture with the scarecrows on it that came from Temu. I think it was like $1 and some change. And then I have some ribbon, and one ribbon came from Michael's and the other ribbon came from Dollar Tree, I believe. I've had them for a while. So I'm going to start off by using some hot glue and some of the wood glue, and I'm going to attach my wood wreath to my wood round, and then I am going to take my scarecrow round, and I'm going to attach that also with some of the Titebond wood glue. So originally when I had ordered these scarecrow rounds, I actually thought they were larger than what they were, and as you can see, they're quite small. So I wasn't going to use them, but then I just decided to keep them. So here I am. Once I have everything glued, I'm going to go ahead and use some tape to hold everything in place. And then I'm going to take these picks that came from Michaels. I believe these were 99 cents a piece, and I'm going to hot glue those. I also hot glued a wood stem, and that came from Hobby Lobby. It's like a roll, and I just cut one of the stems off, so I went ahead and hot glued that on because I wanted it to look like a pumpkin actually. And then here I am, just I went ahead and hot glued that to my wood round, and then I hot glued my picks to the wood round, and then I added a piece of tape to make sure to give it some help with holding. And then I created a bow using 2 ribbons, the orange ribbon from Dollar Tree, excuse me, and then the other ribbon is from Michaels, I do believe. I've had it for a couple of years now. And then I went ahead and hot glued it, and that is it for this. Actually, didn't know, but I did also, once I did that and I fluffed my ribbons, I flipped it over to the back, and then I used a piece of the ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I hot glued it to the back to make a door hanger. And that is it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. Let me know what you think about this DIY. So today's video is a part of a playlist, the Everything Fall playlist, and it's hosted by Katie from Lady Red Crafting and Lisa from Our Gray House, and the guest host is Melissa from I'm Merrily Melissa. And the links to the host and guest host channels will be in my description box, along with a link to the playlist. If you could go ahead and click on it to continue to watch all the lovely crafters videos, I would greatly. Okay, so we are moving on to our last and final DIY for today. So I have these pumpkins that I was going to use for a fall DIY, but I never got to it, so I am going to use it to make a snowman. So I started off by taking the pumpkins and I spray painted them with some of the white Rust-Oleum spray paint, and then I went back and gave them a coat of the satin. So here I am now. I'm going to be using one of those seafoam sponges and some plaster paint. I'm just going to dab all over all of my pumpkins. I like to use these seafoam sponges because it gives the whatever it is that you're using, it gives it texture. So as you can see here, and this is what it looks like after everything is completely dry. So I have this scrap fabric that I'm going to use, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it into I'm going to make a flower using this fabric. So here I am, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to just do like a small triangle, and then I am going to roll it a little bit just to make the little bud on the inside, and then I'm just going to start to twist and roll it to create my flower. I do have a video of me making flowers, so I'll probably go ahead and I'll go ahead and link that video so that you all can see how I made it, and it'll give you better directions or instructions. So I'm just here twisting everything together. Then I decided I probably should use some hot glue. It's easier to use ribbon with the it's easier to create these flowers using ribbon than it is to use fabric, but I wanted to use this ribbon. So, and I think this is like the, not ribbon, excuse me, this is homespun fabric. So this is what my flower is currently looking like. I'm going to go ahead and just cut off the excess, and then I have this hat that came from Dollar Tree, and I went ahead and just tied a little bow on top of the hat, and I'm going to go ahead and hot glue my flower to the top of my hat. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and create my nose. So I have this craft stick, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it to the size. And then I'm going to kind of like just cut the tip of it a little bit, not the tip, but like on top of it, just to give it some little jagged edges like you would see like on a carrot. And then once I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the pumpkin paint, and I'm going to mix it with some of the burnt umber paint. And I'm just going to just dab it all over my nose until I'm happy with my results. So once I'm finished painting my nose and it's and I have it drying, I'm going to go ahead and start to create my face. So here I am just trying to make sure that my hat, everything fits. And I'm just going to try and place everything on just to make sure that it looks like how I want it to look. So here I am just adding my little hat. I think it's so cute. And so my buttons came from, there's like a little, well, we don't have it here anymore, but we used to have like a little antique store here. And a couple years back, I went in and brought a mason jar that was filled with buttons. So these are some of the buttons that came from that store. And there's my little nose. I'm going to go ahead and start to apply my face to my snowman using some hot glue. And then the other buttons, some of these buttons are a mixture from, none of my buttons match, but these are a mixture of some Dollar Tree buttons and buttons from the antique store. So I'm going to use 5 buttons total. So I'm going to go ahead and start to hot glue those to create my mouth. Now I was going to add a little bit of pink paint just to give it some cheeks, but I actually did not. So I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I've had this snowman sitting in my living room for probably about the past 2 weeks, maybe close to 3 weeks. And I still can't decide if I want to give it pink cheeks or not. So you'll have to let me know what you think about that. So I'm going to go ahead and start to assemble my snowman. And so I have this scarf that came from Dollar Tree, and I went ahead and cut it in half just because it was just too thick and it was covering the mouth. But now I'm going to go ahead and start to add my buttons. So I have some scraps of that homespun fabric. So I went ahead and just cut 3 little squares. And I'm going to be using 3 buttons that came from the antique store. And I'm going to go ahead and attach those using some hot glue to my snowman. And then once I have that complete, I'm going to go ahead and stand it back up, or stand her up, because I believe I'm going to say she's a snow woman. So here I am just trying to get my buttons the way I want them. I'm going to go ahead and hot glue those onto my pumpkin, or snowman, excuse me, or snow woman. And I'm going to go ahead and tie my scarf. So here you'll see the scarf is, even with me cutting it in half, it's still a little bit too big. So I did go back and cut the half into another half. And then the rest of the scarf, I went ahead and placed that inside of my hat just to give it some volume. So you'll see me do that here. And I'm going to go ahead and add just a little dab of hot glue on both sides to be able to keep the hat on. And that is going to be it for this. Actually, it's not going to be it for this DIY, sorry. So here I'm just trying to fluff the hat up, and then I decided it needed something else. So I have these picks. I've had these picks for I don't even know how many years, but they came from Joann's. So I decided to use these picks to create my arms. So I went ahead and used my hot glue gun and created some holes, and now I'm going to go ahead and just stick my picks inside to create my arms. And she's so stinking cute. And then I went back and grabbed some of my fairy lights, because if you have been with me since I started my channel, you know that I love to use fairy lights and just about any and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply my fairy lights. I did take it apart, so I'm just going to tape my fairy lights into just different sections into my snow woman. And friends, that is it for today's video. Again, my name is Tawanda and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life, and on my channel I do decorating on a budget, DIYs and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. I also do sister lock updates and lifestyle updates, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and if you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I do really appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoyed today's collaboration with my sweet friend Melinda from Ivy Dolled. I will go ahead again and put the link to her channel in my description box. Please go ahead and watch her video, and if you're coming from my channel, please let her know that you are coming from Tawanda's Blessed Life channel. I would like to thank you all for spending part of your day with me, and if you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye. Okay, so for this DIY, I have this chair that I purchased from the Repurpose Project. I think I paid $1 for it, and then I also have these little legs, and I'm not really sure how much I paid for those. So I got a really big haul for like $11. I think those were a part of it. So I had my husband cut the legs down for me. So here I'm just going to take some wood glue and a little bit of hot glue. I'm going to use a Dollar Tree wood glue. I'm going to attach the legs to the bottom of my chair here, and I'm going to let it dry overnight once it's completely dry, I'm also going to, there's a couple of little areas I'm going to go ahead and just apply some wood filler in those areas just to kind of close those up to keep water from getting into them. So here I am just placing the legs on. I used 3 legs. I also eyeballed how I put the legs on, so I did have to take the one off and then remove and move it because it was a little bit higher than the other one. So this is what it currently looks like. I absolutely love it, and I am going to go ahead and just start applying some of that wood filler in those little areas there. And I was going to use the Waverly Antique Wax on it, but then I just decided, I tried a little spot and I didn't like it. So I ended up just wiping it off and leaving it like it was. And then I just felt like it needed something extra. So I found a couple of stickers in my stash. They came from the Dollar Tree. So I went ahead and just placed those on the top where it curves at, where your back will be at. I went ahead and just put the stickers there. And I love the way that this turned out. These are little sunflower stickers. So right now I have this outside. I already have a couple of my plants on it. I just love the way that it looks, and it's just I feel like it's like a unique plant stand. So yeah, let me know what you think, and here you will see me. And here I am applying that wood filler to the little cracks, and then this is what it looks like all finished. And then here are those stickers that I was talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those stickers. So originally I did it like curved like, and I actually ended up not liking that. So I took the stickers off, and then I did like a U shape is what I originally did. And then I ended up removing them because I didn't like it as much as I thought it would. And then I just made them straight. And yeah, that is it. I love it. we are moving on to our last and final DIY for today. So I have this rolling pin that I picked up a long time ago. I think I paid $1 for it when you could get rolling pins for $1. So I'm going to start off by painting the handles with my blueberry colored blueberry paint that I created. And then after I painted my handles, I just decided to paint the whole rolling pin with my paint that I created. And then once it was dry, I went back and I have this crackle paste. So I was like, I'm going to try and do a crackle finish on it. Well, once I gave it a coat of the crackle finish or the crackle paste, the paste is really thick and it didn't work. So I gave it a coat of that, waited for it to dry like it said. And then I went back and I applied some of my Waverly plaster paint over it. So I'm not sure if, it didn't say if I was supposed to give it a thin layer of paint or not, but I'm thinking that maybe I should have went with a thin layer, but the plaster paint is really thick. So I don't know if I made to use like a paint that's not so thick, and maybe that would have worked, but I'm not really sure. But either way, it did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. So I had to rethink my process of what I wanted to do with the rolling pin. And this actually went on like paint, and I thought it was going to dry clear, but it actually did not, and it kind of went all over the place. So I did have it all over my handles, so I did have to go back and do another coat of paint, of the blueberry paint on my handles. But once it was completely dry and I figured out that it wasn't going to crackle, it did give me like a little bit of crackle, but you could barely see it. So I went back and I printed out one of my blueberry prints that I purchased off of Etsy, and then I Mod Podged it to the rolling pin. And then once it was completely dry, I went back and I took it outside and I gave it 2 coats of the Waverly clear coat just to protect it. I also did give it a coat of Mod Podge on top of it prior to that. And so the next day, once it was completely dry, I went ahead and sprayed it with the Waverly clear coat. And then once that was dry, I felt like it still needed something else. So then I went back with a sanding block and sanded it a little bit. And that is all that I did for this DIY. So yeah, but here I am applying that crackle finish, and as you can see, it is really thick. And so I let it dry, like I said, for, I can't remember how long it said to let it dry for, but I let it dry. And then I went back with my Waverly plaster paint, which is like one of my favorite paints to use. So here I am just showing you the little bit of crackle that I got, which was not much. And then here I am. This is the picture that I'm going to use. So I went back and I'm going to first start off by using some water on the edges of it just to tear the edges some so that it doesn't look so perfect. I wanted it to look a little bit, I wanted it to look rustic. Excuse me, I can't get my words out this morning. So I'm going to cut the paper how I want it, and I'm going to cut it to size so that it actually fits on my rolling pin. And so here I am taking a damp paper towel, and I am wetting the edges, and I'm going to go ahead and just start to tear those off. And then I'll go back and apply my Mod Podge, and that's how I'm going to attach it. So here I'm just trying to make sure that it's going to fit properly. And then I also went back, there were some words on the picture that I cut off. So I ended up going back and fussy cutting that off of the rest of the paper that I had left off. And then I also Mod Podged that on top of my picture here just to give it, because I thought that it would look nice having those words going across the rolling pin. And this is the finished product after it has dried and been after the clear coat, and I love the way that it turned out. So yeah, let me know what you think. And that is it for today's video. I would like to thank you for spending part of your Saturday with me. And if you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And please go ahead and click on the playlist to continue watching all of the Lovely Crafters videos. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.